Well, the number one important thing is to take the time that you need to put forth a solid application. That can be done. It just kind of depends on what's going on in your life and your dedication to getting it done. Some people have done it in as little as a week. Some people take a couple of years to get it done. But the most important piece is to really be thoughtful about it and to be, to do it fully and completely and not leave things out. Now, I think Emmanuel is a little bit more on the front end. Andrew, we had to throw the lasso around him a little bit, but they can weigh in more on that. There are advantages to finishing earlier. Number one, peace of mind, kind of getting yourself in the mental state of knowing that you're going to be starting a program and sort of planning out your life and how you're going to offload some of the responsibilities that you have in order to make room for this big investment of time. Number two, I talked briefly about some of the academic courses that we have online that are tools available to you. The earlier that you're admitted or start the process, the sooner you can start taking some of those classes. And that's really helpful to our students. And then, of course, getting your financial aid set up can take some time as well. And most of our students are self-funded, and so the financial aid process is sort of a key driver in starting out sort of earlier rather than later.
Yeah, so for me, once I made the decision, once my wife and I agreed this was a program that we would do together, it was a matter of 2 to 3 weeks in terms of making the decision and submitting the application altogether. Those 3 points that Caroline made are considerations that we took into account. So financing, it's big because it wasn't just one of us, it was the two of us deciding to do the program together. We wanted to make sure we knew where we stood as early as possible to start to plan our budget and also shape what type of responsibility shifts would have to happen from a corporate standpoint. And then lastly, it just gave us a peace of mind to have the application in early and not have this kind of looming or feeling like a pressure to do it. So that was our take.
Yeah, so I think the key to echo what they've said is making sure you're thoughtful in your application, making sure that you think through the essays, think through what you're submitting. As you have questions, I would recommend reaching out to the admissions. If you do the in-class visits, talking with current students, other alumni, is key in obtaining some of the information. Or if you do have questions when you're working through it, it'll help you move a little bit faster. So I was more towards the end of it because I wanted to make sure I was thoughtful in the process. I wanted to make sure I was thinking through which actual program between the weekend as well as the modular, which one I wanted to go through. But no, I think making sure you're extremely thoughtful and reaching out when you have the inquiries is key.